Hi, my name's Alan Simpson. This is a quick video on how to get data from a database table into a drop-down list on an HTML form. I pulled it out of a course I teach online, so a lot of the code is already written, as you'll see. Hey, it's Alan. Welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to talk about how you go about getting data from a table in the database and turning it into a drop-down list on a form. And just to provide some reminder here, if we look at our current form for adding new videos, we see a drop-down list of categories here, which is fine, and those are our actual categories. And if you look in form add video.html, you can see I hard-coded those options into the drop-down list. But as you may recall, we have this categories table in our database where theoretically users can define their own categories. So when this actually served, I have no idea what might be in that table, so I really shouldn't have hard-coded those in there. That list of options has to be generated as the form is served based on whatever's in the categories table at the moment it's served, and how you do that is the subject of this lesson. To do it, we need to open up main.py and get to that function we created that serves up that form for adding a video. And then we need to create a list of categories as they are right now in the table so we can pass it over to that. And the way we do that is through a select, as you've seen before. So we'll make a variable called categories, and we'll put into it a list of every category in the categories table. And we can do that with a single session.exec, select category, uppercase C, and then .all with parens at the very end outside those two closing parens. And then we can just make that part of the context. We'll call it categories in quotes and pass in categories, the variable we just created. And we're already passing in context, so we don't need to do anything else in this function. But we do need to open form add video.html and use that category list, which will have been passed in, to create the options in the drop-down list. So just under the select command that defines the drop-down list, we need a Jinja loop worded as curly braces % for category in categories, categories being a reference to that list of categories that got passed in as the context. And then we end that loop under the options with a % and curly braces end for. And we only want one option in there because it's going to repeat for each item in the category list. And here we'll put category.id with the double curly braces, which is Jinja code for values. And here we'll put the category.name. So then with each pass through the loop, it's going to add an option tag to the select that contains the category ID and category name for one category. And that should do the trick as far as the drop-down list goes. So let's go ahead and take it for a spin. We just need to get back to UV corn in that form. And when I check the drop-down list, it looks exactly like it did before, so that worked. In fact, if we look at the source code, you can see that that Jinja code executed on the server before this was even sent to the web browser. So the web browser gets the actual finished HTML. It never sees that Jinja code. So our form basically works. We don't have a nice return yet. We'll need some more pages for that to work, so come on over to the next lesson. We're going to work on another page that uses the same looping concept but to display a list of videos for editing. All right, see you there.